Greetings, this is your Space Wingman. This year's GOG Summer Sale is still going strong, so I decided to take a look at sci-fi and space games with discounts of at least 75% or higher. Therefore, the price range for the games in this video I compiled lies only between 99 cents and 13 bucks. Overall, at the end, all reasonable prices. Please keep in mind that regional prices may vary. As always, the games are not in any particular order, but are all fun and interesting to play. So, let's get started. Our first entry starts with FTL Advanced Edition. 75% off. Well, what can I say about FTL that has been already said? Well, nothing. FTL is still a great game to boot. The Advanced Edition contains more goodies than the base game, with more items, weapons, missions, and music. A great game overall, still, for in between, or just a brisk playthrough, or attempted playthrough. Overall, a must-own for roguelike fans. I enjoyed this very much. Still do. MarZ. Tactical Base Defense, 75% off. Well, this entry is kind of weird to talk about. I really like the tower defense genre that is focused on actual tower defense, or basically actual tower building for defense purposes. I know this is not a genre for everyone, because some tower defense titles have a low-key Dota League vibe, where you, basically just use a hero to do the defending of your base. In that regard, MarZ tactical base defense is focused on the actual base defense to fend off the alien hordes with all sorts of towers who each have, their own uses, abilities, and so on and so on. Why am I putting this on this list? Well, MarZ is a game, representing an overall overlooked genre, in my opinion, and I think for many this will be a welcome genre change if you give it a try. So yeah, 75% off. It's a nice game to play. I really enjoyed it and still do. AI War Fleet Command, 75% off. Okay, why is AI War on this list? Woo! For those who played it or tried to play it, I know this game is not user-friendly to play and has a real steep learning curve if you're not already running away screaming from the game. And when I say steep, I mean, really steep. I wouldn't recommend AI War to newcomers to the RTS space genre. Only to hardcore veterans, if they still exist, who really seek a challenge, and in that regard, AI War really delivers and fights you with still unique and weird gameplay concepts. If this sounds too vague, because it is. Trying to explain this game is something I've given up, and I must admit, it made me rage quit a couple of times, even though it was, the good kind of rage quit, where you, at the end, come back for some more. AI War comes in various versions other than the base game. The full collection containing all DLCs is also available on GOG and is also for sale, with an even higher discount of 80%. The price difference between the base game and the collection is so low that if you're interested, I would recommend the collection, especially for the low price difference, between them. Aven Colony, 75%. Aven Colony is a nice sci-fi surviving city builder, but not like SimCity or City Skylines. This game has a more focused goal other than just maintaining a city, which is fine and great in itself, but Aven Colony works towards building a city or a colony, if you will, towards the goal of survival on an alien planet, withstanding its unique properties, hazards, and seasons. For those who never dipped into the survival or survivalish city builder game, genre, yeah, you'll find in Aven Colony a fun and simple genre entry title for, well, 75% off, so that's okay. Stellaris, 75% off. Well, starting to sense a theme in this video. Stellaris, yeah, currently still one of the top titles in the Space 4X strategy games genre. Delivers to this date new DLCs and expansions. Most of them are also on sale on GOG, but not with that high of a discount, around mostly 50%. But the base game Stellaris is a big and plentiful experience for all 4X strategy games fans. And with a 75% discount, more, well, than worth checking out. XCOM, Enemy Unknown, Complete Pack. Coming with an 80% discount. The XCOM Enemy Unknown Complete Pack contains all DLC to XCOM, including the fun enemy within DLC. Lacking, well, the in comparison extreme complexity of its original predecessor, XCOM Enemy Unknown is still a great turn-based strategy game to play. Definite replay value here, especially on higher difficulty settings. While following the alien invasion story of the game is, well, fun. Some of the more or less campy side characters are sometimes annoying, but not game-breaking annoying. For me, XCOM Enemy Unknown is a game that you can always come back to play for a couple of rounds against the alien hordes while enjoying cursing that your team misses 90% shots. XCOM 2 with 84% off, and the DLC XCOM 2 War of the Chosen with 75% off. The sequel to XCOM Enemy Unknown is a great game. I really enjoyed it, but, well, it's always a but. Why isn't there a complete edition for XCOM 2? It contains the War of the Chosen DLC. There are no plans, to at least my knowledge, that there will be new content for XCOM 2, so why not put them both together? Questions after a couple of years that still haven't been answered. But whatever the reason, XCOM 2 improves on XCOM in ways a sequel should do, and the War of the Chosen DLC, in my opinion, improves greatly on XCOM 2 itself. My recommendation for XCOM 2 is plain and simple. Get XCOM 2 and War of the Chosen, then play XCOM 2, and then afterwards play War of the Chosen for a complete XCOM experience. Well, with more options, more intense battles, and boss fights. Red Faction Guerrilla, Re-Mars-tered, 80% off. Well, Red Faction Guerrilla still stands at the top of the open world building destroying games genre, if there is officially one. Enjoying nice graphical updates. The remastered version makes it even more fun to be in the building destroying freedom fighter business on Mars. So can't do anything wrong here. Still a great open world classic, and still holds to this, sadly. Not really sadly, but well, it's still to this date is the Red Faction franchise high point. Not that Red Faction Armageddon was super bad, but it's not Red Faction Guerrilla. That was definitely the high point of the franchise, and still really great. For 80% off, a great overall deal. X-Morph Defense Complete Edition, 80% off. Well, how should I put this? X-Morph. First, the X-Morph Defense Complete Edition contains all of the DLC to X-Morph plus the soundtrack, which you never shut off during the game, so it's a good one. And yes, this is another turn-based sci-fi tower defense title in this list, but unlike MarZ, X-Morph depends next to tower building and placing that you fly a small ship with various weapons and skill to support your defense strategy during each turn. Yes, you can call it something like a hero unit, but less annoying. It's very well, focused. You need that unit to just, when the tower fails, to just chime in and fight the human hordes. X-Morph is, well, unlike MarZ, a way more action-focused tower defense game where you can easily lose track on what is going on. Overall, in my opinion, not as easy to get into as other tower defense titles, but really fun to play and to play through while playing as alien invader dealing with these pesky humans on a planet far away called Earth. Sine Mora X or EX, 80% off. Sine Mora X is a great sci-fi side-scrolling shooter, following in the footsteps of games like R-Type. You fly from left to right, shoot everything that moves till you reach the boss and then continue. A simple formula executed with passion to detail and creativity. Sine Mora X is fun to play through and a great game for in-between big games. If you're looking for a small, fun game with 80% off, Sine Mora, well, definitely deserves a look. Deus Ex Game of the Year Edition, 86% off. The original Deus Ex is for many sci-fi FPS shooter RPG purists a timeless masterpiece, and rightfully so. This is now over 20 years old game, and it still kicks ass and tells a great story. There isn't anything more I could say that hasn't been already said about Deus Ex. For 86% off, it's a must-own for every games collection. There's also on GOG the free Deus Ex revision mod that overall dials up the graphics and adds a lot of welcome change to the game. Even though you should take the welcome change as a grain of salt. I mean, if you have played vanilla Deus Ex already through, the revision mod, will surprise you in some ways. So, well, it's free. It's under the Deus Ex store page. Immediately, openly full. There's the link. Can you call it that? And 86% off. Deus Ex. EVERSPACE, 85% off. With the sequel EVERSPACE 2 currently in early access, in the making, one should not overlook the first game. EVERSPACE is a nice space roguelike game where dying is part of the progression and fun, or rage, depending on your view. Going with a nice story, EVERSPACE is a great game for roguelike and space combat fans alike without being too complex. This is a space game for keyboard and mouse, not for joystick users. The DLC EVERSPACE Encounters is also on sale, but only for 60% off, or with a 60% discount, and in my opinion completes the EVERSPACE experience. Homeworld Remastered Collection, 90%. A definite milestone in the 3D space RTS genre with an awesome story to follow. Homeworld 1 and 2 in this remastered collection are great callbacks to the to this day not really cared about 3D space real-time strategy game genre. There are not many in that genre overall. So with 90% off, an insane deal to just simply not let go by. Homeworld Emergence, 89%. Well, what is Homeworld Emergence? Well, it's nothing more than the reselling or redistribution of Homeworld Cataclysm, just as another name, or under another game. Other name of the game, because for legal reasons. It cannot be sold anymore as Homeworld Cataclysm, so it can only be distributed and sold as Homeworld Emergence. But it's the same game, and it's all in all its glory, and in my opinion, yes, this may be controversial, the best Homeworld game to date. For me, it's One of my favorite games of all time. Great story, great gameplay, not perfect UI, but overall everything I like in a game. And now for our last entry, Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut with 70%, well, not 70, 75%. Well, all other Shadowrun games, Shadowrun Returns and Shadowrun Hong Kong are also on GOG, currently on sale with huge discounts. But Shadowrun Dragonfall is, in my opinion, the best of the three. With good gameplay mechanics and story, Dragonfall delivers a great, well, Shadowrun turn-based cyberpunk strategy experience. This game is really fun to play through, and it's at times suffer through. So yeah, for 75% off, a super great value, and a great cyberpunk style turn-based strategy game, and a great Shadowrun game. I hope I could give you some new or old ideas for some nice space or sci-fi games. If you have some recommendations, games I've left out, leave them in the comments. I'm always seeking new deals. Have a great day, or night, depending on the time zone you're currently living in. This is your Space Wingman, signing out.